This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 828. That is an area code here in North Carolina. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have Matt wearing a Marvel shirt.
Indeed, I am.
Yes, and he's like pre-show dissing Marvel Legends about how they don't complete sets, but
they don't complete teams. It's been like 5 years, and I've still got 3 Thunderbolts. What the hell is that about?
Yeah,
Marvel?
I'm sorry. And like, which Thunderbolts
Come on,
team
Hasbro.
anyway? Yeah.
The Thunderbolts, Citizen V, Songbird, Mach 1. Yeah, they're the 3 that I have. Yeah. It's not even the right Citizen V, but still, I take what I can get.
Cool. And Rob's here.
Hello.
Rob. Chris.
They also don't complete teams in Lightning Collection.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Donald.
Hello.
And Diecast, who is in the Dallas area. But he's not with John DeLuna.
No, I was last night though.
What'd you guys? Did you guys go to that Chinese place?
No, you know what? And I forgot to make that joke that we should go to a really crappy Chinese buffet.
So when you're here in a couple weeks, where do you want to go?
Crappy Chinese buffet?
Yeah, that sounds good.
We could do that. We'll figure something out.
Hey, Brian, take him to a Pizza Inn. Let him get some good pizza.
1, Pizza Inn sucks, and 2, I'm not driving all the way to Pizza Inn. Don, I had Pizza Inn for the first time a couple years ago. It was awful.
Kick him from the call. Someone kick him from the call.
It doesn't work that way, Don.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Like,
I'm no stream.
I'm going to Wilkes. It's going to be an experience.
Yeah, so Wilkes County, North Carolina, which is where I'm from. Was at one point the least highly educated county in America, and it sure comes off that way.
And you can't even see the sinkhole anymore.
They filled it in.
I know, destroying a landmark like that.
Yeah, but
how dare they?
But the sinkhole is only about 300 feet away from the meth village. So, I wish I was joking. I'm not making light of it, but it's true.
It must have been hard for the meth village when the Taco Bell was forced to close.
That's like their entire job structure collapse. I need to edit this out. This will be on the Patreon feed. So
yeah. You're welcome, patron.
Yeah. Okay, so hey, a lot of stuff happened this week. A lot of stuff. Like the one I didn't expect. Hasbro and Mattel team up for cross branding.
What the hell world did I wake up to?
Hasbro and Mattel working together. Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I'm going to have to buy Hot Wheels.
Well, the thing is, though, this didn't in Japan. Takara and Bandai cross over their properties, and all it wound up being was little what-not nothing die-cast cars.
Well,
and
that's
crap.
what we're getting here.
Yeah, it's not going to be anything.
We're getting like Barbie Monopoly and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like I saw someone on Twitter say, "Put He-Man and G.I. Joe." We're not going to get big properties like that and getting figures.
Yeah.
I mean, we could theoretically get like a Transformers crossover with Masters of the Universe now, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of fun vehicles you could turn into robots.
So, yes, they are starting off small, Transformers-themed Uno game, Transformers Hot Wheel cars. But if this proves to be profitable, there's sky's the limit. Well, maybe not sky's the limit, but like a Transformers-themed, a Masters of the Universe-themed Transformer might be the limit.
Okay, I mean, like Titan class transforming Castle Grayskull or something. I mean,
now you're pushing it a little bit.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they're going to start off small, but that big thing in Japan with Takara and Bandai wound up being nothing.
The Tomy and Bandai thing ended up being kind of lopsided anyway, because like Bandai making like this really high-end fancy Zoids figure. On the other side, you have Tomy making little Tamika Hot Wheels sized vehicles based on Gundam. So like there's definitely some mismatch in how that's being handled. The Mattel and Hasbro thing here is a lot more in parallel, because you're getting a board game on one side, board game on the other side, and Hot Wheels cars which will probably in 2024 be matched by something else from the Hasbro side.
Yeah. Like I don't think they're going to be stupid about this.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to go in with the best intentions. We'll see what happens.
Oh, hey, Tomika White Base is only $15 on eBay. Buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So we've seen more of this lately with Lego crossing over with Hasbro. And who else is Lego crossover with? Well, no. Well,
that's a good question.
Yeah. Hasbro and Lego are playing together now. That's something now. Hasbro and Mattel.
Hasbro and Playmates have, had dealings because there's been the Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossover figures too.
That's true.
So, Hasbro seems at least to be, extending out feelers and working with the other toy companies to license things both ways, really.
Yeah. I mean, they like money and they need money. And when you are not doing well, you get creative.
Yeah.
So this may be fun for us as toy fans as Hasbro gets creative.
Well, they did say they were going to focus more on licensing, and no matter how you look at it, this is licensing.
Yeah. It is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Licensing is where the money is. Like, that's always been the case.
Yeah. Well, speaking of them not doing well, they're expected to post a first quarter loss.
1 cent per share on $877 million of revenue.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's kind of bad to post a first quarter loss when, this time last year they turned a profit.
Yeah.
Now,
$77 million in revenue for a quarter. A company that size is not that much.
No. And like the timing of this, is unrelated to the cross brand licensing pack thing with Mattel. Like, that's not a response to this performance, probably, although they knew the writing was on the wall for this for a while. But I think these things are independent and the announcements are just kind of badly timed against each other.
Yeah. Let's see here.
They do think it's going to turn around though with like help from the takings from the Dungeons and Dragons movie and the merchandise sales. They're expecting that to drive. So the next quarter might be better.
I think that's a stretch, but
I think so too.
Yeah,
but
so
they've got to kind of keep it upbeat for their shareholders.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons globally has netted $180 million.
What was the production budget on that? Anybody know?
At that amount, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very, for a movie that has, that it should have made more than 180 million globally. So yeah, that I don't know that they're going to get much out of that.
Maybe Rise of the Beast will save them.
Let's jump to that news item then. Do you want to?
Sure.
Insiders claim that, and I shared this on Twitter as soon as I saw it, claimed that Rise of the Beast is a mess. To which everybody who responded to my tweet said, duh.
Yeah.
It's a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
This seems to be a mess in a little bit of a different way. So like, if you look back at The Last Night, that was a mess because they literally pieced that movie together from like 12 or 13 different script treatments.
The entire writer's room, which was supposed to map out like a series of films, got all stitched together into one because Michael Bay has no attention span.
Well, or Lorenzo di Bonaventura doesn't know how to say no. It's kind of hard to say where the blame falls on that one.
That's an interesting. I mean, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that makes more sense now when you put it that way.
I mean, I'm sure Michael Bay had a lot of creative input on those first 5 movies as the director to like, this doesn't make sense to me. What can we do to change this? But,
what can we do to make it not make sense to the audience instead?
But like Lorenzo as the producer, the studio's representative probably has like a more final say as to what gets in and not and what structure things are going to take. So the quote from this article that we linked to, I'm going to read off. They're getting a little worried about Transformers, he explains. This is what they said. They said that Transformers has gone through close to a dozen different editing teams that have argued about different cuts of the film. So this isn't a case of having a bunch of different script elements they're trying to blend together. This is about that they are just passing this through editing group after editing group, and nobody can agree on Like, no two groups can agree on how this movie should be put together.
Yeah.
About a month away from release.
I mean, they realistically, in this day and age, they could be coming up with their final edit of this like a couple days before it uplinks to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
That's
Or it
crazy.
could be pushed back to Christmas time, like I predicted.
I mean, there was some rumblings about the release date in Australia getting pushed back by 2 weeks.
Yeah, like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Which I think would bring it more in line with the US release date. So, like, if they are having problems settling on a final edit, that could be a sign of that still being in play.
It will be interesting to see what we make of this movie.
I mean, I had already decided this is going to be the first Transformers movie I don't go see theatrically. I will wait until it goes up on streaming somewhere.
We always do a review of the movies when they come out.
Yeah, y'all kids can have fun with that.
You guys do a review of the movies when they come out.
I'll do it by myself.
No, I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see it as well.
I'm gonna see it. I'm just not gonna go to the theater and see it.
I saw Age of Extinction 3 times on the opening weekend.
So I felt like I saw Age of Extinction 3 times. That's just how long the movie was.
Yes.
I think Age of Extinction is better than The Last Night. So
I used to
less boring. You know, the thing about The Last Night the conclusion I've come to is that The Last Night is less offensive to me in the ways that I dislike a lot of the Michael Bay Transformers movies, but it's also boring.
Yeah.
I mean, the battle on Cybertron at the end basically takes place in a giant gravel pit.
Yeah, and watching it I was in a hotel for Don's wedding, actually, I think, and it was the TV had motion smoothing on and it happened to be playing. It's
gross.
It's like a literal fever dream watching that. It is surreal watching that movie with motion smoothing on.
Speaking of interminable fever dreams, when I visited Hey Mickey this past weekend, we watched Star Trek Nemesis with one of our mutual friends in the area.
Poor Lord Taco. Why would you do such a thing to him?
He knows what he did.
Why would you watch Nemesis?
I watched those episodes. I know what he did. I listened to those episodes. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lorenzo di Bonaventura, he says
he's out there saying words again.
Yeah. It's my favorite way to summarize one where, in the run up to a movie, Lorenzo di Bonaventura says things because, like, a lot of words come out of that man, but he says so little of actual, like, meaning.
Yeah, he talks about the animated movie.
Yeah, so their angle with this is that it's going to be like what he calls the origin story of Optimus and Megatron, their, younger days.
How original.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but it also doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
And then there's just a lot of marketing speak about Rise of the Beasts, like comparing it to the Bumblebee movie where, they tried to develop the concept of intimacy between a robot and a human, or robot and one cast member, which, I mean, that's exactly what that movie was. So, like, he's not wrong about that, but then he just kind of goes off into, very spiraling circular spiel about, coming of age, full of character arcs. Optimus Prime is a character arc. Imagine that. That's a pretty close paraphrasing of what he actually was quoted as saying.
The thing that is also unique to this movie is we actually have a Transformer that has a character arc. In movie 7!
Yeah. I mean, okay, he's not really wrong about that. That is unique to this movie as Transformers goes.
No, but still, movie 7.
Yeah.
He probably got confused, and there's a character in the movie called the Ark, and he just got confused.
So what did you think of the new trailer?
You mean the 10-second teaser?
10-second teaser.
Those sure are, robots. The trailer itself comes out tomorrow as of recording. There will be more substance there. This was just like a panning shot of several of the robot cast. So,
I mean, this little teaser would have been a lot more interesting if there had been like a Western theme behind it. Like a showdown. Victory? No, like from Beast Wars, coming of the Fuse Wars Part 2.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about like the pilot for Victory, and I'm like,
I'm the only one who really doesn't want to see the trailers because I want to be able to go to the movie and I'll maybe watch one just to get an idea, but I hate when they release like 6 trailers and you pretty much know the whole movie.
Like they've overdone it a bit with the new Flash movie, with all the trailers for that.
Yeah, I'll see one trailer and that's it. I
love
really
trailers,
don't care.
But sometimes they do overshare. But they have yet to do that with this.
That's because they don't have a final edit of the movie yet.
That's true. Well, that's true. So we have a first draft of the box art for Deathsaurus. It sure is a first draft.
Yeah.
Of the box
art.
It's
Guido art though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like,
it's fine.
This isn't really an up. I mean, it's just
okay. So no, as far as substance goes, it's not much of an update, but it's also been several months since the campaign ended, and they know people are probably getting a little antsy to hear something going on about this. But like they say in the blog post, basically, they're not ready to show off the tooling process yet. Whether that means they are still figuring out how stuff's going to lay out on the molds to cut that, or they've got that plan set out already, but because they haven't actually done the work yet, they can't show it because it'd still be kind of semi-proprietary at that point. Once the stuff's all committed and production is more underway, they're a little safer showing that off, but they don't want to do it now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's not coming out till
the fall
of 24, or is it the fall of 23?
Pretty sure it's fall of this year.
I don't know if we haven't seen the tooling yet. I doubt they're going to make it to fall this year. I'm guessing probably early 2024.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like January 2024, similar to what was that?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like exactly a year after we got Star Saber, which was like November.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
John DeLuna on tfradio.net/Discord says, I hope Hasbro's in a stone cold panic about QC on Deathy and delivering exactly what was advertised.
Yeah, I imagine they're watching pretty close on this.
Yeah, I think they're probably still licking their wounds from the beating they took on Star Saber.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever rerun that yet?
I think it's still in progress.
Yeah. Mine was fine. I have to say, I'm happy that mine was fine.
I also lucked out.
Yeah, like I had like a rub on like the gold foil, which I'm fine with.
I didn't notice anything. I have yet to transform Unicron, but I did transform slightly different.
Slightly different.
Yeah. So, no issue with mine. I do have to say, I don't want to be that guy again, but I want to be that guy. Like, even though it's like HasLab and $200, like it's still not that impressive when you put it against the G1 toy.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. Like, if you if you don't have the G1 toy or you want a modern take, that's great. But like, he just doesn't compare favorably to the G1 in that case.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like, it's completely different pricing scale, yes, but like it's the same thing with the modernizations of Overlord.
Or the Unicron trilogy. It's like when you do a modern take on a toy, even from 20 years ago. Like the economics and everything just does not work out.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with, if they do like a Titan class, not just say depth charge,
tidal wave.
Like right. that would be something that would be larger. Maybe not. No, Titan class would be larger. Not Commander class would be about the same.
Yeah, I think Commander would fit with the Megatron they got in mind better.
Yeah, I think it's the most likely option.
Yeah.
Well, so it's gonna be about the same size. Okay, well, never mind.
It's also the option I'm not interested in at all.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm not interested, but I'll still buy it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm ambivalent towards it, but I'm going to buy it anyway.
That's our motto, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah. We can't even bring ourselves to hate it anymore.
Speaking of Toxitron box art, I'm ambivalent toward it, but I'm going to buy it anyway.
I mean, I love the art.
It's good art.
Like
I like the art.
Toxitron's not a toy.
It hurts to look at in a good way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's anything like the Scourge, you'll be able to pick it up on clearance.
Probably.
Hopefully.
I'm not waiting for that.
Yeah,
I'm
me neither.
getting it.
The box is beautiful. It's far more beautiful than the toy will be.
The box is beautiful, and I'll end up throwing out the box.
Yes, that's the sad part.
Yeah.
No. So diecast, what you do? Keep the box. Throw out the toy.
I mean,
I could probably buy an empty box on eBay if I really wanted to just get the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see we have our episode title.
I'm trying to remember to do that during this show.
Yeah.
Okay, so the same source that leaked things like Magnificus and Crasher are saying that Shattered Glass Hot Rod / Rodimus is coming.
Yeah, it's an overseas like small storefront thing. They put up Magnificus and Crasher and a few other things with placeholder images. So they've got a listing up now with a placeholder using the Power of the Primes Rodimus Unicronus. So this has been reliable in the past, so we can be pretty sure that's going to be a thing. JT Prime did not seem to think that it was going to be the eHobby Deco still, unfortunately, when I was having wishful thoughts in our Discord the other day, tfradio.net/Discord. We just can't ever have nice things.
No, we can't. Next movie masterpiece to be Bonecrusher? ?
I only put the question mark there because, like, who knows what goes on with release ordering sometimes. Like, there's a listing in Target system for that right now. The price point is around like $165. So it's probably going to be the next thing that comes out, but you never know if something else might bump it or whatnot. But yeah, I can't say I ever really felt like, I was missing Bonecrusher in a movie masterpiece lineup, but on the other hand, I don't feel like I'm missing anything in a movie masterpiece lineup because I don't buy those toys.
You know what? I agree. I do buy the toys, but I'm trying to think. I don't need a Bonecrusher, but I can't off the top of my head even think of anyone that I really do need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten lucky in Dononomics to all the movie masterpieces down to a very reasonable amount. So I'll try to do the same for him.
My amount is 0.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I saw the Bumblebee black version of him and Ratchet, and I was like, I have absolutely no desire to even own either one of these.
I think I have Bumblebee Optimus. But that's it. Yeah. The one character that I would like a movie masterpiece of, I'm not even joking, Wheelie.
Could it be like 1-to-1 scale?
Yeah.
Hyper Shouta is saying Bonecrusher will probably be relatively soon. He thinks it's starting to leak out the factory already.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That means someone will have a video of it very soon.
Cool, and that I get to spend $170 kind of way, right?
So this is something I'm actually really jealous of, is the official Transformers the Ark restaurant in China.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
It does look cool.
Of all the stupid things, I love those fry boxes.
Yes.
They're marvelous.
Cycle through some photos here.
I did not realize it was an actual restaurant. I thought it was a store with like some food.
No, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So this is like a licensee of Hasbro Asia, I guess. I mean, I don't think
it's
Hasbro's
official.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I did not see all these photos when I probably saw something on Twitter about it, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I like how the buns are.
So apparently Robot Kingdom on their Facebook page also has like up a video showing the place off.
Nice.
They are missing some Decepticon options though. You should be able to
that would be the Decepticon headquarters restaurant.
Well, yeah,
Pretty cool.
but yeah, that's the seafood place across the street.
Yeah.
I love the sea one where it's this spacescape. You can see Cybertron.
Yeah. No, this is really cool, and I wish it wasn't in China.
Yeah.
Or not only in China, anyway.
Maybe we can open up one here. Like this would do really well in New York.
Chris, there's an old Vulcan proverb. Only
Only
Transformers
Nixon can go
only
to China.
Transformers can go to China. This is neat. Okay. I guess I'll never go, but
Right.
it is what it is. threezero Deluxe Rise of the Beast RC.
I kind of put this in here for Don.
I mean that Bumblebee movie RC design.
We lost you, Don.
Your button, Don.
Sorry, I had to mash down harder. I like the Bumblebee movie design. And I like the fact is her body actually transforms into the vehicle and not just being encased in a shell. But this RC is just I don't see me needing a premium format of her. I'm planning on getting their Rodimus because their Rodimus looks great and it's not near as expensive as the Unimetal.
Aren't you the internet's #1 RC fan?
That's
Yes,
what I thought, but apparently not.
I am, but I have a good representation of her in the studio series, and I just don't see a need of getting this one at the current time.
Don has forsaken RC.
Someone take his
having dropped
RC
12
card.
after having dropped $12,000 on flooring and basement. And
But
stuff
you're going to
like
buy a
that.
Rodimus, but you're not buying the character that you are basically named after. The characters are people. The reason the internet knows you is because of RC.
Perhaps they've heard of you.
Yes,
Don,
but if my plan works out, I'll get Rodimus for free. So there.
Don, how long are you going to
use your PayPal financing for the floor? So that
It worked out differently, but still, it's just a lot of money we had to drop.
Don, how long are you going to lean on this crutch of, I had to refloor my whole house?
I'm going to ride it as long as I can. I mean, I like it, and maybe when it gets a little closer, I'll take a look at it. But right now, it's not really high on my list of things to look at right now.
Okay. That's it for the news, right? Anything that we didn't mention?
I just want to make a prediction that Don will end up with that RC
for Christmas
somehow.
So do we have any live streams or anything coming up? Am I forgetting anything? Not us, but Hasbro.
No, I mean, nothing comes to mind.
Okay. Well, so FanFest or PulseCon or whatever the hell it is, we don't
have it scheduled yet.
Okay.
Everybody got fan streams instead, so
yeah.
Okay. I guess let's talk about what we got this week. Matt, did you get anything?
I got nothing except a bunch of lawnmower parts, but that's not very exciting.
This may be the shortest episode in a while. Then, Don, what did you get this week?
I got a bunch of mixed stuff. Yes. Just got this from Amazon the other day. It's the conclusion to the GaoGaiGar series from Japan.
Is that a Transformer?
It's Brave. It's Transformer adjacent.
Okay.
So it's the Blu-ray of GaoGaiGar Final that ends the GaoGaiGar.
I thought that was like a Power Ranger thing. I'm sorry, Don.
It's Brave.
Okay.
It's Transformers adjacent. Picked up a couple of interesting things here. Had some Target gift cards I've worked on. So I got Gamorrean Guard because I missed out the first time it came out. I'm getting to that. I'm going quick. I got Gamorrean Guard. I got my favorite Scout Trooper.
Besides, Brian, you just said this was going to be the shortest show in a long time.
I'm actually extending it by saying by doing my bit. I'm adding time to the show by doing the joke. Yeah.
I'll also point out that GaoGaiGar is like halfway between Transformers and Power Rangers because it was produced by Sunrise, which is now owned by Bandai.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I got the Hot Wheels diecast AT-AT because it's an AT-AT, and that's what I call it.
It's like a Transformers cat.
Because he got it because it's diecast.
It's more dog-like.
Yeah.
Although like the image of it in the movie was based on like the idea of riding elephants into war, so it's
I picked up some of the NECA figure stands. Target actually restocked them, and they're very hard to get.
How much does Target charge for those?
They're $12.99.
Why don't you just get them on Amazon?
Well, they're about the same price. I looked.
Yeah, You don't have to like go to Target 15 times.
Well, also, tfradio.net/Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying I was there, they were there, and I got the only two they had. And these
okay, I'm not complaining, Don. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Forget I said anything.
He goes to Target 15 times anyway, so.
Yeah.
It's not like my Walmart ever gets anything in.
True.
Picked this up last week. We went down for a late Easter with my aunt, and I picked up the Playmates 12-inch Montgomery Scott. Sorry, the light's a little bad.
Is that a Transformer?
Was that at McKay's?
No, it was at Nerd Bombers in Greensboro.
I don't know what that is.
It's in Friendly Center. It's the Star Trek. It's the 12-inch Montgomery Scott.
Yeah.
I never picked one up, and I wanted to get it. It's the only one they had.
Did you ask if it was McKay's because you used to own one of those?
No, because like Don and I were in McKay's a couple weeks ago, and I swear that I saw a 12-inch Star Trek toy there, and I thought it was Scotty.
If I saw it and it was Scotty, it would probably have come home with me.
Okay.
So I don't.
I mean, you kind of can't go to a McKay's anywhere and not see at least one 12-inch Star Trek figure.
Yeah. I picked up.
Even I saw one this weekend.
Quick Dononomics thing. I basically got buy one get one free on these. I picked up the movie Skeletor from Masterverse because that is such an incredible head sculpt on that look from the movie Skeletor, and because it was basically buy one get one free, even though it's not the best looking version, I got you probably can't see it. It's the matching He-Man from the movie.
Oh,
because they're basically buy one get one free. The last three things I got: Transformers. Picked up the APC, which is a company that's doing Transformer Prime figures, and I got the Cliffjumper because I'm not quite sure of the quality of my Cliffjumper at this point in storage, and it's a pretty good looking figure. So it's nice to have another Cliffjumper.
So wait.
So it's a third party?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a third party. They're doing a lot of Prime characters.
Okay.
And this is the one that has the headlights on that actually it's not like the fake chest like the second version of Cliffjumper. So I wanted one of these because I wasn't sure of the quality of my original Prime Cliffjumper.
Does The Rock get a cut of that?
The Rock gets a cut of everything.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all remember, I pointed out that Magic Square had come out with a new version of the Optimus Prime with the high gloss paint and the die cast. And I used some of the money I got from the retailer as compensation for the DX9 issue I had with the bent pins. And I got the new high gloss metallic version of their Optimus Prime, which looks great.
I guess you had to be there. It doesn't really come across on camera.
Again,
sorry,
more die cast.
Let's see, if I use the overhead light, it literally washes everything out.
I don't think we'd be able to tell even with that. It just doesn't come across well on camera.
Yeah, and then today, just a little while ago, I got movie Thundercracker from Walmart in a Jiffy bag. So an itty bitty Jiffy bag.
It looks like it's a little crushed. So.
Yeah, one of the corners is, and it's a little concave on the front. Yep. But considering all I have seen in stores is Starscream since day one, I don't know when this is going to show up. So at least I got one. That's all I got.
Cool. Rob, did you get anything?
I did get a few things. Thanks to Don, I got a couple of Gundam things. I got the high-grade Gundam Heavy Arms, which was on clearance at Target. I also got the Gundam Universe Sazabi, which is a really nice, very, fairly large figure with, looks like a pretty good representation of the mobile suit. And it also had that SH Figuarts hip problem. And I moved the hip forward and the hip joint shattered. So,
Rob, I am sorry, man.
It is not your fault, Don.
If I see another one, I can. But they all went clearance. They've all dried up locally.
I should have got that $12 one I saw.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just kind of, getting it to see how far Gundam Universe had come since the Banshee I got a couple of years ago.
I guess there's your answer.
I mean, the answer is if I'd had silicone shock oil on hand and recognized the problem in time, probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to do that, as we've talked about with toys many times before. But, if you see it on clearance, take the risk. But yeah, you may need shock oil. But it's not a bad looking figure. Definitely looking forward to the Heavy Arms though, because that is a nice little kit, especially for like $11. The other thing I got, which apparently is probably going to be my last firsthand Hasbro purchase for the foreseeable is Star Wars Vintage Collection Cal Kestis from Jedi Survivor, because I really liked the first game. Fallen Order was on PlayStation Plus the last couple of months. I played through it recently because I got some more storage for my PS5 and could actually install more than a few games besides all the, Gundam Battle Operation videos I'm storing. And yeah, really good game. Like it a lot. Highly recommended. So I got the figure. It's not a bad figure. Articulation is good. My only complaint is that his little helper robot BD1, there is no way to actually mount it on his back, which is where he spends most of the game. So that could be, they could definitely improve on this with that, and also giving him like an extra lightsaber, since he does by the end of Fallen Order have two of them. Actually, he has a pair that combine. So
yes.
But looking forward to Survivor when it comes out. Probably leave it and let him patch it a couple of times first, just because I know how video games work at this point. But
no.
But it's not a bad figure, and that is what I got this week, pretty much.
Diecast.
Yeah, I'll only go over what I picked up here in Texas because I stopped at a couple Walmarts. I got whatever his name, Exosuit Spike or Exosuit, yeah, it's Spike. Because I ordered two from Amazon. One came with like two left legs or something, wouldn't transform. So I sent it back and I could never get another one. And yet I walk in one of these Walmarts and it was just sitting on the shelf down here. So I was pretty happy to pick that up because I wanted two, just because you can't really tell them apart anyway.
I think some of the stores on those PDQs at Christmas got assortments that had Spike in them.
None of them around my area that I could find.
Yeah.
So it was very impossible to find that figure in my area. And that's why when I walked in Walmart, I was like, oh yeah, I'll pick that up. The other thing I got was a $9 clearance
Burnout.
And I like him. He's okay. I just messed around with him.
Her.
What?
Her. Messed around with her.
That's right. Yeah, her.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Blur, and I was like, how'd you know? I did get a Blur. And it was also $9.
I wish they'd clearance those out here.
And then the last thing I got, which was on clearance, but it was 19 instead of 9, I got a Wolfang.
Yeah, my Walmart has the exact same 3 toys on clearance.
Yeah. And I can tell you that the firing gimmick on this is like very weak.
It wasn't that great on the original either.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Hasbro spring launch stuff is usually not like all that great.
I was like, man, they really probably cut the spring on this just to get it to today's standards. But like Don said, if the original was like that, that's pretty funny. But yeah, that's all I got because I'm not home. I probably have a pile of stuff waiting for me when I get home.
Chris, you get anything?
Yeah. Okay. So when I go visit Hey Mickey, as I did this past weekend, we'll usually head around to like antique malls or flea market sometimes. So we went down to one of the antique malls in the north part of Georgia that we frequent. And I got a couple of interesting things there. So one of the booths had Shattered Glass Slicer, new in box. They also had a Robots in Disguise Warrior Bisque. Now, would you like to guess how much I paid for these two toys?
$20.
Okay, you're kind of ruining this, Don. No, so in total, $45. So the slicer with the exosuit extra in it, and the comic book, it was completely all together. That was $35. I got that for, and the bisque, which is complete on an open card, was $10.
And that bisque goes for it, and Thermidor go for a pretty penny right now.
even
I mean,
loose. Yeah, like
yeah.
it was a hell of a deal.
It'll definitely put you in a pinch if you find one and you can't afford it.
Yeah, the biscuit I already had the thing where the face was kind of falling apart off the toy. This one is visibly in a lot better condition, so I'm happy to have the spare for that because like I like that toy a lot. And for $10, yeah, that was kind of a no-brainer when I thought it was all complete in there. Like that's just a crazy deal on that. Off-topic stuff. From one of the Marshalls, we went to looking for the markdown Coronation Starscreams, which we didn't find any of. I got one of the little Buzz Lightyear ships with the little pilot figures, which was down to $4.
Nice.
I've been watching these at like Walmart's for the last year, waiting for them to clearance down to something under $12, and they just never do. So this is the second one of these I found at a Ross or Marshalls. I've picked up both that I've seen. Wish I'd find some more, although maybe not, because then it's just more stuff sitting around piling up. At a Target, I found the G-Frame Gundam Alex from the Full Armor Wave 1, which ironically, I guess, does not actually have its full armor that it's supposed to have, because like the Alex notably has a whole extra set of armor in the original design, and this just has the frame and the basic armor and weapons, apparently.
That was P Bandai.
Of course it was.
The P Bandai camphor comes with the Alex's armor.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah, like just offhand, I don't even see why this is a full armor release when like the part count doesn't really look that different from normal.
It's entirely possible that FA actually stands for frame assembly, since you have to do that yourself now.
See, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I was misled by the whole dual salt shroud thing, which actually does have its, external armor as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's disappointing, but it's still, nice G-frame figures.
Yeah.
At a comic store in, comic collectible store in Dalton, Georgia, I think. Rob, do you remember the Gundam Micro Wars little vehicles?
Yeah.
So I found one of those. I found the DOP there.
Oh, nice.
So that's one of the ones that comes with multiple little pilot figures. And the little pilot figures are interesting because like they've got surprising amount of articulation for a figure that is less than an inch tall when assembled. So like there's a ball joint looking neck, there's hinges for the elbows and knees, the shoulders and hips are jointed. Like they're not super posable, but they are posable little pilot figures. And you get 3 of them in this, even though the DOP can only seat one at a time.
Yeah, and they're about the size of Diaclone pilots, aren't they?
Probably. I don't have any of the Diaclone reboot figures around to actually directly compare to, but like that seems about right. About the same size as the Buzz Lightyear ship pilots too, which I think people were saying were similar in size to Diaclone drivers.
Gotcha.
And then at McKay's, I saved the best for last. We did go to McKay's, various things there, but the thing that caught my eye and I knew I had to get as soon as I saw it was Velvetron.
Oh, cool.
For $7.
Wow.
How much?
$7.
That's about what it's worth.
In its packaging, yeah. Like I believe it's been opened, but it's the packaging's there, the figure's all there, it's in good shape, and yeah, for $7, I wasn't gonna not buy it.
Yeah, I found a Velvetron at a antique store for like $5 a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
Yeah.
The flea market where I got Slicer from also had in the same booth a Turbo Master and a Predator. Which right? The Predator was missing its gun, like the Mega Visor gun. So like that was a no sale right there. And the Turbo Master, which was more complete, was like $60, and neither me nor Hey Mickey wanted to actually go that deep into one Turbo Master.
I'd pay it.
They also had about a third of an Overlord there. It was interesting, some of the stuff they had sitting around in that booth. No, I mean we both looked long and hard at that, and like we both were kind of debating who was going to get the Slicer too for that price. But since I was the guest, I got first dibs. But yeah, I mean it was an interesting trip around over the weekend, just kind of seeing the random stuff that was in the like antique mall booths and such. And of course, McKay's is always interesting, even when there's nothing good to buy.
Mm-hmm.
But that should do for me.
Nothing crazy for me. I wasn't going to mention this, but might as well.
But since we're running short.
So I've been selling stuff, and I sold my KISS players. I divested myself of KISS players. But recently we were talking about Auto Rooper, and I'm like, and you guys were gushing about it. And I'm like, I shouldn't have sold Auto Rooper.
Were we gushing really, or were we just saying like
somebody's gushing about it?
It was the best thing out of a bad line.
Yeah, somebody's gushing about it. But like, I found it for half of what I sold mine for. This one was opened. Mine was sealed. I never got a chance. I never cracked it open. So I thought, why not? So I bought it, and I'm trying to transform it right now without instructions. It's the average Binaltech stuff.
Yeah,
but it's not bad.
The Auto Trooper is a retool of Prowl, I think.
Yeah.
So that's one of the better like alternator Binaltech molds as I recall.
Yeah. My favorite though is like Sunstreaker, Dead End, that mold. Okay. So I got Skeletor, and I don't know why. That's the Mattel Creations, not Faker. Yeah. I also got a new Eternia He-Man, the Masterverse, because it was cheaper than I thought it was. The only other Transformers thing I got, I think I mentioned this to you guys last week, I got the Transformers Universe Devastator repaint, a 6-builder.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
So so this is something I had years ago, and I parted ways with and regretted. So in my Transformers collection plans universe, that universe line that had like the repaints and stuff in it, that's part of that is on topic. That's something I'm collecting. So
watch out for Superion. He has gold plastic.
He has gold. He has
sure
GPS.
Does.
He has GPS. So that's something I won't have to take into consideration. I'll probably just get those carded. So this is not the Chase version of the 6-builder reissue. There is a 6-builder reissue Chase version that is in Devastator-ish colors, but this is specifically the one that was released in the U.S. as Devastator.
At KB Toys.
At KB, yeah. I'll eventually, because it's also on topic, I've got the 6-builder reissue, but I don't have the Chase versions of it. I'll eventually have to pick those up. But I saw this one, and it was cheaper than what I'd priced it at before, so I'm like, okay, I'll get it. So I'm happy with that. Don't forget to use our Amazon link, tfradio.net/Amazon. You can buy whatever the hell you want.
Oh, Brian, speaking of that, I forgot I mentioned through the Amazon link today, I picked up Earthspark Thrash.
Oh, yeah.
Or Steve, as he was listed on the... Thank you to Paladin, because I saw Paladin's comment about him being called Steve, and it was like, okay, because that was the Viacon name there at one point. But I'm hoping the underwhelmingness of Earthspark is somewhat negated by him, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope.
Well, thank you, Don.
It looks pretty good as the Warrior class figure goes.
Yeah, but you can buy anything on Amazon, pretty much.
Including Steve.
Including Steve, you should. I highly recommend it. Go to tfradio.net/Amazon and buy whatever. Also want to thank our patrons at the Touch tier. We mentioned their, patrons at the Touch tier every week, but that's because that's part of the deal. If you're a patron at the Touch tier, you get to be mentioned on the show each week. You get to be on History on the Fives with Rob, and also you get to be mentioned at tfradio.net/credits. All patrons get an ad-free version of the show. RFC, you get it a day early. Doesn't mean 24 hours, but it means the day before. Higher bit rate, and a weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast, unedited episodes of RFC. If I have to edit something out that I shouldn't have said, like this week's episode,
yep,
the patrons will get the unedited version, get the Hot 5 podcast week early when I post them. I need to catch up. And again, patrons at the Touch tier get to be on Hot 5. And going to tfradio.net/credits, we are going to go through our list right now. Kevin Dorsey, our number 1 first patron. Thank you, Kevin. AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin. Texted back and forth with Rick this weekend. It was good at catching up with him. Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, and Jason Hiley. Thank you all so much. You rock. We love you. You're the best.
Brian, I also forgot to TF Radios on Amazon last week. I'm catching up. I got the Puffer Road Rage 2-pack when it was on clearance, $25.
That's cheaper than what that guy was selling it for at the convention.
Yeah, and I forgot. I looked up and I forgot I hadn't mentioned that. It was, I can't remember. It was pointed out on Twitter. I apologize, but it was $25 for the set.
Heck yeah.
Okay, but what did you buy through our Patreon link, which is what we're talking about right now? Like you're a segment behind.
He can. Hey. TFradio.net/Amazon.
It's a joke. Come on.
It's okay.
I've had a lot going on, so I see stuff one week that I meant to mention the week before, so I think I'm caught up now.
Good. Okay. You can catch up with Don on Twitter at
HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
John DeLuna, who is not here, but he was eating dinner with Diecast last night. He is at that John D everywhere.
He was also in our Discord earlier.
Also in our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord. Everybody should go there.
That's where I am right now.
Yes, I'm in there right now. Also, let's see here. Rob Springer not here. He's at Rob Springer on Twitter or at zonebase.org. We just today posted the new episode of Transformers Squadron today again, and you can find that at tfradio.net. You can find all of our stuff at tfradio.net. You can find me at briankilby.com. Not currently on Twitter because my account is currently deactivated. I'm going to try to let it go for 30 days where it gets deleted. And then I can just let go.
You won't.
I'm trying.
Are you doing Instagram or something like that? Like,
I'm trying to live free.
Or Die Hard.
Or yeah, I was going to say that.
Life was a lot better before social media.
Yeah. It really was.
Yeah, it was, Brian.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure Brian didn't invent social media, though.
I did not.
No, you just forced it upon me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian didn't start the fire.
Yeah, Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. You can see me at what's that convention? BotCon. Yeah, because I'm doing that. I'm gonna have a panel and everything. So you all should come out to BotCon and
where's it
the
at?
lovely city of New Jersey.
When?
So it is August 24th, I believe. 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, something like that.
My buddy Chad on Twitter at Horror Movie Barbecue keeps saying, I can't wait to see you at BotCon. I'm like, I'm not going. But I would consider it. I'm just not going. I'm just not traveling to New Jersey for anything.
Why not? Come on up.
Well,
you can fly into Trenton for $30. And
can I be there for 45 minutes and then be home within 3-4 hours?
No, but you can come up.
$60.
You can stay with me.
I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah. It's just getting away from work and family and stuff. It's so hard.
Yeah, but you can schedule in advance and you can make time. I'll talk to Kim. We'll work it out.
Oh, boy.
Well, Diecast asked me to go, and I am considering going, but I have to look at time, budget, and things like that. So I may go, I may not. I don't know. I have to Dononomics this thing. So
if I could
I'll keep everybody apprised.
If I could get about 4 more people on my team at work, if you can help me do that, I'll go.
I can at least be half a person on your team. I can be part-time.
I don't have open head count right now.
Well, then you can't add 4 people.
I know, that's why I
just
can't
the way
go.
this works. So
Okay.
This week on Radio Free Cybertron, Diecast learned how math works.
Chris.
You can find my toy photography work at playwithphotography.com. I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist. And as noted, I'm in our Discord right now at tfradio.net/Discord. That's the place to come and find me personally. Come hang out. We got a great group of people. Various conversations about different kinds of things all the time. Great place to be. Just like nice, chill hangout for various fandom topics.
Cool. Rob.
I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, on YouTube at youtube.com/flailthroughs. You'll notice they're kind of connected there. Mostly I'm covering Gundam Battle Operation 2. It's the free-to-play Gundam game that's on PS5 and sometime later this year, Steam, for keeps as opposed to an open beta this time. Last week, we actually got, as luck would have it, the Gundam Alex with Chobham armor. So, which I was just so happy to find out that it could kick things with the same animation as the gun cannon. I forgot to try punching with it, which it actually hits hard enough to stagger things. So it's fun. This coming week, we already know is going to be the Sisqueed from G Generation Mono Eye. And it's also the last update of the month, so that will be like adjustments to existing units. And I'm looking forward to seeing what gets, overhauled as they tend to do. Anyway, youtube.com/flailthroughs, and I've got a Patreon, which you will find links to in all my videos if you want to help support that. And I've got the Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/claylist.
Cool. Okay. Well, I think that's it. We shall see you next week.
Hey, we hit an hour.
No, we didn't.
Damn.
Editing.
One more minute. Don't end it yet. Okay, we're good.
We hit 54 minutes. Woo!
Recording stopped.
Hey Don, can you send me that link for Earthspark Steve?
I didn't see it. Just as Rob was wrapping up, I just looked at my Facebook Messenger and it looks like my aunt's going to hospice. I'm like, oh crap. I had no idea.
Oh crap.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it happens. I'm not trying to make light of it, but like she's like in her 80s. And I'm a horrible family member. I haven't visited her in 5 years.
Wow. Where's she live?
Wilkes.
Oh.
I haven't seen my brother in like a year.
Do you still have your house in Wilkes?
I sold it to my brother-in-law for like a third of what it's worth. Yeah. I know. I knew that I was selling it. I knew that I was giving him a good deal, which was intentional because he's family. Didn't realize I was giving him that good of a deal.
Blade says, feels like the Trek talk was longer.
Yes, it does.
Diecast, I don't have the link. Just go to Amazon and look up Earthspark Steve.
I did. Nothing pulled up.
Yeah, I did too.
It may be sold out. Let me see. I know I looked at it. Let me.
Hang on, I'm working on it. Oh crap! No, don't do that.
Luckily, I don't have a lot of Steve-related internet traffic, so that brought it up in my history pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
I heard it's a pretty good figure.
I was just so underwhelmed by Twitch and Megatron. I just wasn't sure.
No, I heard it's really good.
I'm glad that I didn't buy Twitch because that's the one that I thought looked good.
Well, it was, different, so it made it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, Twitch isn't bad.
Diecast, what days are you going to be here? Not the days of the week. You'll be here on a Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Because we got to get barbecue.
Yes.
And there's my favorite barbecue place.
And is Diecast going to be live in the studio?
Yep.
I reckon so.
Nice.
Should be.
In quote unquote studio. It's such a disaster right now. It's been a disaster.
It's all right.
Everything's a disaster. You get
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
Are we not streaming now?
We are streaming. Hey, speaking of that, I'm going to cut the stream loose because I need to go do some stuff. People watching live, we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, people.
Take care.
Bye, YouTube.